These WWF investigators found 300 dead reindeer, and when they looked closer, their stomachs turned. The Krasnoyarsk Krai region in the Russian district of Siberia is a sprawling wilderness some 2,000 miles northeast of Moscow. And although it covers more than 900,000 square miles, the region has a human population of less than 3 million. By way of comparison, California has an area of about 156,000 square miles and a population of more than 37 million. However, this is not why there's been a sudden interest in Krasnoyarsk Krai. No, the area has actually hit the news recently because of the mass deaths of reindeer seen there. You see, while Krasnoyarsk has many fewer people than California, when it comes to reindeer, it beats the Golden State hands down. However, the animal's numbers are sadly in decline. Yes, the number of reindeer in this Russian wilderness, mainly in Krasnoyarsk Taimyr Peninsula, is estimated at between 400,000 and 600,000. In contrast, the Taimyr population alone was believed to be 1 million in the year 2000. It's this significant number of reindeer in and around the Taimyr Peninsula that attracts the attention of the World Wildlife Fund, WWF, Russia. In fact, the organization is concerned by the plight of reindeer throughout northern Russia. After all, it's estimated that the countrywide population has declined from some 1.5 million to 900,000 in just a few decades. From August 2016 onwards, then, a complex operation was undertaken to assess the plight of Krasnoyarsk reindeer. It was supported by WWF Russia and also involved staff from the Central Siberian Nature Reserve, police and game wardens. The operation involves scouting along a 1,000-mile stretch of territory through which the reindeer migrate. Indeed, the animals make seasonal migrations between the Evankaya district in the south of Krasnoyarsk and the northern Taimyr Peninsula. The migration also involves crossing the wide waters of the Katanga River. What those involved discovered during the survey shocked and horrified them. In just one site, for example, some 300 reindeer carcasses were found. The cause of this massive bodies? Poaching. And the poachers had such little concern for animal welfare that these animals had been shot and left to crawl into the forest to die. The overall picture, though, was even worse. Indeed, during the course of the operation, the investigators came across a staggering and horrifying number of corpses, some 20,000 in total. Ivan Mitsin, WWF Russia Barents Officer Project Coordinator, said, "We had signals that poaching in this region exists, but the true scale of the phenomenon is outrageous." What makes these callous crimes even more hideous is the fact that many of the reindeer are killed just for their tongues. You see, some consider reindeer tongue a delicacy, but for the poachers, this culinary treat seemingly gives them the excuse to leave the rest of the reindeer's bodies to rot in the wilderness. And as well as being barbaric, this can also lead to outbreaks of dangerous diseases. The poachers also have another financial incentive: the harvesting of reindeer antlers. In countries such as China, preparations made from reindeer antlers are believed to have medicinal properties. Indeed, some people even think that they prevent the onset of cancer, while others claim that they act as an aphrodisiac. Dr. Leonid Kolpashchikov, Taimyr Nature Reserve science boss, told the Siberian Times that poaching was out of control. He added, "We have an official hunting quota of 40,000 reindeer, but in fact they'll kill 120,000 a year. They shoot the deer, slice out their tongues, and cut antlers. They don't even take the meat." He went on to say that there were not enough rangers to prevent the illegal hunting. In addition, the trade in antlers is facilitated by the use of fake certificates. These purport to show that the antlers have been harvested from domestic reindeer herds. However, there are no large herds of domesticated reindeer in the region, so poaching of wild animals is almost certainly the source of the antlers. Nevertheless, Taimyr's Department of Veterinary Medicine reported that in the period from February to August 2015, 61 tons of antlers from so-called domestic deer were exported to China and South Korea. What's more, the methods used by poachers to kill the reindeer are often horrifyingly brutal. For instance, the Siberian Times reports that illegal hunters wait for the reindeer to cross the Katanga River during the migration season. Then they take to small motorboats and hack off the reindeer's antlers with hatchets as they swim. The reindeer subsequently die in the water. Some poachers also shoot reindeer while they're in the Katanga and its tributaries. Others use snowmobiles to chase the animals as they approach the waterways. For pregnant reindeer, the frequent result is the loss of their calves. The Taimyr population is exposed to unprecedented destruction from our point of view, WWF Russia's Ivan Mitsin told the Siberian Times. The number of people with guns and snowmobiles has increased significantly. Moreover, this human pressure on the reindeers is unfortunately compounded by climate change. While recognizing the part played in the decline of reindeer numbers by poaching, the University of Northern Iowa's Professor Andrei Petrov believes climate change is also an important factor. There's a substantial decline. We know in the last 2 decades that we've had an increase in temperatures of about 1.5 degrees Celsius overall, and that definitely impacts migration patterns. Speaking to phys.org website, Professor Petrov explained how climate change affects the animals. Taimyr reindeer now have to travel longer distances between their winter and summer grounds, and this is causing higher calf mortality, he said. Other factors contributing to the higher mortality are the increased mosquito harassment and the fact that rivers are opening earlier than before and the animals have to cross them during their migration. Moreover, as if the effects of poaching and climate change weren't enough, the reindeer also face other threats, both man-made and natural. There are reports, for instance, that an increase in the local wolf population has led to more attacks on reindeer. In addition, there are concerns that the developing gas and oil industries in the region and their associated infrastructure may interfere with the reindeer's migration patterns. Experts have, of course, been calling for urgent action to prevent the loss of these magnificent creatures. A first measure should be to reduce the hunting period, Ivan Mitsin said. His call was echoed by Dr. Kolpachikov of the Taimyr Nature Reserve, who stated, "To save the Taimyr population, it's now necessary to organize strict state control over hunting. Such controls should include a ban on antler harvesting and spring hunting," he added. It's even been reported that President Vladimir Putin, a keen outdoorsman, has been appalled by the carnage caused by indiscriminate reindeer poaching. As a result, he's said to be planning to deploy 5,000 motorized soldiers to safeguard the reindeer. We can only hope that these reports are true and that this measure will halt the slaughter of these animals. Please share this video with your friends below.